Okay, so I'm Heather O'Brien. My podcast is Heal with God. So I help Christians heal from trauma, anxiety, and depression by hearing God's voice. Started with a podcast in 2016, and I did not know what I was doing. Total DIY. I had lots of bones, but no foundation. I actually started like a coaching business and started making money, but it wasn't through podcasting. I was a guest on a podcast that was really well known.
Okay.
And from that one episode, year after year, it just kept feeding word of mouth. When you know, like he sent people to my podcast. I wasn't on the podcast. I didn't know that. I didn't know what I didn't know. How my business grew because of word of mouth alone, which was awesome, but it was not consistent. It's amazing and frustrating and exhilarating and every adjective you can think of.
I love it.
Like when you first jump in, like all you want to do is like devour. Like it's a weekend. I bought this. Like I just want to devour all the material. And then you're like, no, you just get one lesson. And I'm like, come on now. But through the process, I'm like, okay, well, if she didn't make me wait, I wouldn't have done the exercise. So I went back and re-listened to the lesson and like the very first lessons about putting God at the center of your business. I'm like, I already know how to do this. But really, I think back, I'm like, no, I had never had a God meeting, a meeting with God about my business. And
Mhm.
that just changed everything. Like I do that regularly now. Yeah, 1,000% it was worth it. I told you I went to every meeting. I was doing I did every single homework step. I turned everything in, had everything reviewed, then did it again, and sometimes multiple times, right?
Yeah.
So I put the effort in, and I was like, it's either going to work or it's not going to work. I'm going to do the program. So I
Yes.
did it. My regular listeners for each episode would be like 20. Percentage wise, I've grown 500 to 900% in listeners.
Whoa.
Doing podcast swaps, I'm asking for them and I'm getting yeses. In the midst of being in P2P, I get a yes that I get to be on a television show. I can't believe I am right in this program, right where I need to be so that I am ready for this. It was just like, whoa, God moment. So even in the program, I'm getting my website ready. I'm getting things ready for like being seen. And
Yes.
I wouldn't have been ready, honestly. It would have been another like a big moment, like I was on Sean Bull's show, and then
Mhm.
I barely have a website ready. And it would have been
Yeah.
another one of those like kind of letdowns, like what could I have done if I was actually ready for this exposure?
Yeah.
And so I feel like I'm getting ready, and they've actually started releasing some of the episodes. It's not on the TV yet. They're putting it on the YouTube. So the trajectory is starting and I feel so ready. I feel so much clarity because I was in P2P. So this is
Yeah.
part of it of my win
Yes.
is I have clarity to say what I do
Yep.
so quickly. So it just
Yeah.
rolls off the tongue. I've got it so like I couldn't say that before.
Yep.
I know what I do, who I serve, how I serve them, and what I serve them. And I couldn't have told you that before I joined the program.
And your podcast has passed 10,000 downloads.
Yeah, I was looking at it earlier. It's like 12,000
Crazy.
now.
Ooh,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
you had already made your first sale in the program itself.
Yeah, I think like in the first month,
Wow.
that's when all the lid blew off. And I remember seeing the PayPal come through on my phone. I'm like, what is this? Who's buying this? I forgot I had it for sale.
If there was anybody sitting on the fence right now, Heather, what's just on your heart? Like, what's the leading that you're getting to say to people right now?
If you really feel like you're making the bucks, everything's flowing easy, and you're living your best life, then you don't need this. But if you don't have clarity to know who you serve, what you serve, and how you serve them, if you don't
Mhm.
have like systems in place where everything's automated for you, you are like on the right track if you want to go through P2P. If you want to do an online business with a Christian who is going to pray with you before talking with you, who's going to pray with you and for you for your business, who's going to let you have breakdowns and meltdowns and still like pray with you through it, who's going to give you feedback that you actually need, even if it's hard to hear. If you
Mm.
want to grow, like if you really want to grow an online business, like, and you're a Christian, This is it. And if you want to do it through podcasting, because this isn't something that you find, I don't know there's a lot of places that teach you how to do podcasting, how to do online business, but this does everything. This teaches you how to I built a course. I built the whole thing. I built automations. I learned about contracts and setting up automated contracts. Like, you book an appointment with me and now it's just going to send you all the paperwork. Like, I don't do anything anymore. I'm like, all of the systems are in place because I went through the course. So I recommend that. If that's what you need, then this is the answer to it.